Hey guys, what's up? So today we're going to be turning an old rundown grill into a blacksmithing forge. We're going to be using refractory material and the whole board, a whole nine. So just keep watching, watch the video, and like we say at the end, if you want to see anything more, just let us know.
And subscribe and like, because that's, it's important. Yeah. Away! Hey guys, we just moved into this new house, wonderful area, and it's got this grill here.
So we're going to turn it into a forge, because it's got that, like,
it says forge. Did you get it?
So essentially, if you look at this thing, it's all garbage. So we're just going to gut it. We're going to take out everything in here, just clear everything out so that we can start laying our refractory material in. This stuff will probably, if yours is like ours, it's all rusted away, and it's just going to come apart. That was way easier than I thought it was going to be.
At this point, we have all of the innards and guts of the forge. Whoa, forge. And we're gonna try to remove this bar here.
See, we started.
Yeah, we already started, and we forgot to start recording. But we're gonna remove that bar going across, because ideally what we're gonna want to do is we are going to take some of these landscaping bricks and set them in this little tray to make it flush with the bottom. I just dropped Alex's foot. To make it flush with the bottom, so when we lay our refractory material across, it's not going to crack with the pressure of having nothing there.
Let's get started.
As you can see, we already cut through this one, and it's pretty rusted and corroded, so it's pretty easy. And we're not going to go try to get right up flush, we're just removing it. What we can.
Look at that.
Look at Look at that!
Look at that. We were putting the bricks in here and we realized that this is indeed slanted, and so that's not going to let the bricks lay evenly, so we just found this little tray. Just gotta pop that guy in there. That's going to make it way better. Now we just take our bricks, lay them across there. Good enough.
And now, just so you guys know what we are going to try to do, So what we're going to try to do is we have a simple recipe that we will give you guys. I use the term recipe very loosely for refractory material, and it's basically just this brick-like substance that is meant to keep heat trapped inside. So we are going to make our own mold out of some 2x4s or something to make some bricks that will lay across here out of the specific refractory material and then stack it up on the side. So we essentially make a little heat box.
And then the top we won't do anything with, because we just want the coals to stay in the same area. I mean, the heat. And
We're not going to do anything special with the top, because a lot of forges are actually either completely open on the top that you see, or they are very open in the air and they just have something loose over top of it.
Really help.
We are currently in the truck on the way to Home Depot because we need to get the stuff to make the refractory material, which, by the way, is very simple. It's water, clay sand, and plaster of Paris, and we'll show you guys the proportions as we're mixing it. But we have our plaster, we of course have the water, we just need to go get some sand.
What we're going to do is we want to make the bricks to lay down in here. Now, we want it to come out to be exact so we don't have a whole lot of space on the sides. So we need to find out how big across our dimensions. So we've got 14 by 19.5. We'll call that 19, so we've got a bit of wiggle room. So for our brick sizes, we need to find a size that's going to work in to be divisible by 14 by 19. So the bricks need to be 3.5 by 6 by 2.
For our grill. Alex is having problems thinking third dimensionally. He had problems realizing that you could take this and turn it on its side.
We're not talking about it. We're not.
3.5.
Figure out how big your bricks need to be.
Do your own math. For us, it's 3.5 by 6 by 2.
You'll see how we put them in there and how we got those dimensions once we actually install them.
Right now, Alex is cutting this concrete board to the dimensions of the bottom of our grill so that we can snap it and use it as a platform to put our bricks on. Hi, Rick.
This concrete board is multi-purpose. We're using it for the bottom to make it even, like Ian said. And we're also going to, it's 1/2 inch, so we're going to stack a couple layers on top of each other.
For our lid.
Attach them and make them the lid so that you have something that's easily removable to continue stuffing coals and such in, but also is going to retain a bit of heat.
Alright, let's slip this baby in.
So this is going to be a little bit hard to get in here, I'm thinking, because we've got the notches from where the...
Right.
Where those
Where that was.
Yeah.
So we need to try to remove those.
You know, I'm honestly thinking it might just be easier to cut this down another 1/2 inch.
Because it's not going to make that big a difference.
Not going to make that big a difference.
We've got the board cut to fit, and let's go ahead and try it out.
Oh, look at that.
Is that good? Is that seated?
That is... I just want to move it a little over. Hey, it's something skinny.
And good. Where it was open before, we now have this concrete board making it a very nice, flat, even surface. So we have something to stack our bricks up on. All right, so as you guys can tell, it's getting kind of dark and Alex has to go to work, so we won't be able to finish this tonight. We're going to do it first thing tomorrow, but as you can see, we did get our brick mold laid out and put together. Now, it was tedious and a pain, but basically we have the two 8-foot 2x4s separated by segments of wafer board.
3x6,
yeah.
So that we can pour the 2 inches and have an extra inch on top so
right.
we don't all melt
So
together.
essentially our bricks are going to be 6 inches wide, 3.5 inches long,
and then 2 inches.
and then 2 inches thick. So that's ideally what we're going to be going for. We're going to show you guys how to mix the refractory material out of those materials and pour it tomorrow.
Well, you'll see it in like...
Yeah, I envy you. It's going to be like
snap.
whoop. See, look, it's just been like snap of a finger, not all night.
Yesterday?
I don't know. You also weren't wearing gloves yesterday. But we're mixing our refractory material. So just so you guys know, we found the ratios for this, and it is 10 cups plaster of Paris, 10 cups play sand, and 7 cups water. So basically 10, 10, and then 7. Just remember that, and you can use that for all your ratios. We actually already did all the math, and it was... I hate to tell you this, guys, but all the math that you think you're not going to be doing in school, trust me, if you do this line of work, you're going to be doing it. But we have the specific numbers that we need to get exactly how much refractory material to fill. Let me just walk over here. Our little brick mold. So we'll see you on the flip side of that. All right, so we are... Alex is taking his coat off because he's about to reach in and mix this. We're about to add the water, but yeah, it's
Hey, I look like I never...
pretty full bucket.
So we got it. Once you add in the water, you really got to start mixing right away because it's going to start to harden.
It turns into it's like you're working with pottery. I mean, it really is. It's a type of ceramic.
So before the rain gets all
So before the rain gets it all wet,
also,
let's go ahead.
We
and
actually
just,
did have some of our plaster of Paris get wet, and this is what happened.
yeah, just with that getting a little wet, it gets all caked together.
And that was obviously a while back, but
Now this is 14 cups of water.
also I'm wearing the gloves. You don't have to wear the gloves, but I'm wearing them because I've done this a couple times before, and one time I actually got my hand stuck in the position I was mixing in, just because it hardened on my hands, and it was a bit of a pain to get off. So
14 cups. You want to mix this together for a few minutes until you get rid of most of your clumps. You're going to have a few small ones, but the more clumps you have and the bigger they are, the more imperfections there are going to be in your bricks. So you want to get as many of them out and mix up thoroughly as you can. Alright, so we're going to spray each one with some vegetable cooking
you totally
spray.
missed the shot there.
With some vegetable cooking spray, because we don't want...
We just don't want it to stick.
We don't want it to stick to the wood, the foil. We really don't want it to stick at all.
Featuring our project supplies. What? Check out the next video to see when we use this stuff.
Start setting this stuff in the molds pretty quick because it will start drying very fast. It always surprises me how quickly this stuff starts hardening up. We can still mold it into the bricks, but it's at this point no longer a liquid. We're going to try to spread them out, but basically we just want to make sure we get all of our bricks set in there before it hardens. After some trial and error, we found that 4 batches of the 10-10-7 mix is actually perfect for doing every single brick and filling it up to maximum level of smoothness. So we've got some left over here. We're just going to go through and fill in some of these ones that are a little short and shallow, and then you're going to want to let them sit for about an hour before you want to try popping them out. Otherwise they can end up breaking on you. Alright, so while those bricks are drying, after Alex is done manicuring his hands to get the cement off,
Shut up. It's not cement either. Really.
we are coming over here and we're going to start making the lid for our forge. Now, as you can see, let me turn you around here. We've already got this concrete board in there for the bottom, but we are going to do a few more layers of this and attach some handles to make a lid. Because while we said that this lid would be fine, and it will, ideally we want to have the ability to put a lid on it to keep as much heat in as possible for those really high intensity builds. So the best way to cut the concrete board is actually just to make your lines and then score it with a utility knife. It's kind of weird, but once you score it and just get that crack or the scratch across the top, you can just break it because it's concrete. Except Alex just put a little carve in.
Fine. Ready for this? Ready?
So once you have that, you can just pick it up and it'll break right across that line. And then you just grab your knife and cut the webbing. All right, so we are actually just doing a 2-layer lid here. We have 2 layers of our concrete board cut to shape, and we have our handles that we have the holes that we're going to be drilling marked, and we will see when we have these attached. All right, here's our lid. We've got the handles attached through 2 layers of the concrete board, and we've got the bolts on some washers so that it doesn't rip right through, but
should hold some heat in pretty well.
Yeah. Not going to be as good as the refractory material, but it'll at least prevent it from seeping out through these massive gaping holes. So the only problem we're really going to have is, never mind. We had a screw somewhere along the way that broke its head off, so we couldn't pull it out, but I guess it just lifted right off. So yeah, now we're just going to pull all these bricks out. And we have exactly 22 bricks made, like we said earlier.
Those guys.
So hopefully we have no loss.
Coming out.
All right, so these are all of the bricks overall that we have made. Now we're going to stack them up for you guys. All right, so we're getting these set in here. These ones that aren't super pretty on one side, we're using on the bottom just because they're gonna not be seen as much anyway. But
we'll stack them in the best order to keep it all good.
Right. So the problem is some of them, like these two, are a lot taller than the rest. So we're probably gonna have to take a chisel and just trim them down a bit so that we can fit the bricks on top.
But this stuff it's pretty strong, so that should work out.
Yeah, that'll be fine. So we've got the bricks laid. This is our last one going in now.
Oh shit!
We knew we were gonna have to trim one a little bit, so we're chiseling this last piece down. But yeah, look at that, guys.
Yeah.
We've got all the bricks along here.
That's literally all of them.
And that's every single brick stacked in there. It's amazing how fast it goes. And we have our lid.
Nice, the 2 pieces stacked on top.
Double concrete, and it sets right on top.
Bam. Now again, there's gonna let air out. It's not supposed to make it a super tight seal. The goal with this is just to keep a little bit of
heat's going to stay in as much as it can. Now, the other thing we have to do, we have to drill 3 new holes. One of them, and I know that there's a hole already here that goes right into the grill, but we have to go a little bit further up so that it can line up evenly.
And bigger.
And bigger.
And
way
more
bigger.
Flat, not actually a hole. Just
but basically a slot. And we're going to do something on the other side under the shelf as well, so that we can take our metal and slide it all the way through the side and then throughout that way if we want, so we can make full length. Yeah, now, work any part and make full length things.
On the back, we need to put in a hole right there to put in our pipe so that we can hook up the hairdryer to the pipe. And that's the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Ghetto way to make your bellows. Just tape the hairdryer to a pipe, and it's going to keep pumping air in and
the reason you need bellows is because fire, of course, uses oxygen and air to burn. So when you have your coals in there burning, if you have airflow coming in from something as simple as a hairdryer, even on its cool setting, then the air is going to stoke the flames and it is going to make it roaring hot really fast and keep it there. Okay, so here's the finished product. We have the lid on top here, all the bricks stacked. Got our... Alright guys, so here's the finished product. We have all the bricks stacked up, the lid on top. We have the holes cut into the side. They're not the prettiest in the world because the metal's actually pretty soft. But all that we need to be able to do is take our rod of metal that we're working on and put it through, which you can see we can clearly do. We have the bricks inside still intact. But all we got to do is pull one of them out whenever we're planning on
putting the metal through the side if we need to project that big. And we have the hole in the back that we can put the pipe through, which we are going to, at some point, probably attach one of those shelves right here so that we can put our hairdryer right there for the bellows.
Yep.
But aside from that, we have converted an old non-functioning Master Forge into
the Master
Forge. That was cheesy. But I hope you guys enjoyed. We are really quick going to try to attach that shelf and get this thing fired up so you can see how it looks in motion.
That didn't work quite like I wanted it to.
No?
No. Give it a minute. Any second now. Just gonna whoosh.
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 Whoosh. See, what's absolutely wonderful is we have spent approximately 24 hours, including eating and breaks and everything, from this to convert it from a gas grill to a charcoal grill.
Yeah, and
that's pretty much all we've done.
Because we walked outside wanting to do something and we were like, hey, let's do this.
Whoa! So, it may just basically be a charcoal grill now, but with the refracting material and everything, it's going to hold heat. It's going to be good for...
I mean, especially when we have to get...
Yeah, we'll show you what it's like when you actually get the bellows going, the hairdryer. But it's going to be good for blacksmithing. We're going to just make some hot hooks here to lift the lid off real quick. But, yeah, we'll roll to the outro now.
Hey, my glove is literally smoldering. I'm not kidding. Hold up. Look at this. My glove is smoldering.
Put it out.
I don't...
Ooh. That is a forge, ladies and gentlemen. That is a forge. What? Whoa!
Lump charcoal.
Lump charcoal. Burns hot.
Embers hotter.
Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this build video. If you want to see more build videos, if you want to see anything about blacksmithing, just let us know in the comments below. Make sure to like the video. Give it a thumbs up. Thumbs up.
If you guys just want to see some blacksmithing videos of us actually using that, just let us know and we'll post some stuff up there. I think
that's it. So again, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Sage Bros out.